Hi, I'm Steve Hughes. I'm a Senior Principal Consultant with Pragmatic Works, and I'm here to talk to you today on our Azure Everywhere series about one of the biggest questions raised to me when I work with customers trying to get into big data. Their first thing is they've been given a mandate. Maybe you are, your boss thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. Let's go do big data, yay! And you go, I don't know what that means. I think I have to do some dupe stuff. I'm not really sure what I have to do. Do I need a bunch of servers, big data? Do I need big data? What do I got to do? Well, when I work with customers on this, one of the things I tell them is that a great intro into the big data world, you can take advantage of Azure blob storage. I know it sounds kind of strange, but Microsoft has been working in the open source community for a long time to make their storage technology that they use in Azure blob storage and in Data Lake, a part of the open source community's work. So with that, it's a great place to start. It uses a variation on Hadoop. It's not exactly Hadoop in blob storage, but it's close. And why does that matter? Well, this is a great entry point because as you put data into Azure blob storage, one of the things about it is formatted very similar to what you would do if you were putting it in any other Hadoop storage scenario. You get the data there, and all of a sudden now it's in this file-based storage, and now what do I do with it? Because that's really the big question is I get the data there, what else can I do? Well, your intro, right? So let's start out with something simple. Power BI will connect right to Azure blob storage. And ironically, it will connect to that the same way it would connect to an HD Insight cluster or a Hortonworks cluster, because realistically it's going after the data in a very similar format and the underlying structure of the data as files. So you can start taking advantage of the data you're storing there immediately with Power BI with limited learning curve and expense to be able to take advantage of the data you put in your beginning big data scenario. It also gives you a chance to then look at adding on to that without moving your data. You start by looking at HD Insight. So now you put an HD Insight cluster or a Hortonworks cluster running on VMs within Azure. I can actually, both of those can use this storage and reference this storage and be able to look at that and use that storage model without moving your data around. This allows you to get your first step into big data. And you're going to have the advantage of saying, yes, we're moving down a path, moving down a plan. It lets us get started there. If I'm doing other data warehousing work in Azure, I can use blob storage as my staging area, and then go from there and move forward. At the end of the day, it's a low-cost option to make your first entry into big data without having to figure out what you need from a server standpoint. Infrastructure is eliminated from the equation, and you're able to just start going and working with what you have and what's available. It's really simple. I encourage you, try it today, get started with it, play with the tools that are out there. Enjoy working in a scenario where it's easy to just get started in big data and start working with it in a simple fashion. If you want to have any questions about it or you want to learn more about it, click the link below. We'd be happy to engage with you more on that in the future. Thanks.